continues with Glenn Marini's Sports Report.
Call it the appetizer before the main course. Next Friday, the games get going on the first Highlight Zone Friday of the football season. Tonight, though, all about the scrimmages. That includes the one on the field out at Bishop Dwenger. We're talking Shields Field on that lovely turf. Andy McDonald joins us now with more. Andy.
Hey, thanks, Glenn. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. That's right. Scrimmages getting underway, and everyone's a winner tonight. Next week, though, Bishop Dwenger will play in the first Highlight Zone game of the week for the 2018 season, and those ones, they count. New head coach Jason Garrett and the Saints hosting Carroll for the scrimmage. This Dwenger team comes out popping. Jared Lee meets the running back in the hole for the nice sound there. Carroll's Hunter Mertz, he'll say, "You bring the thunder, we'll take the lightning." The Chargers also going downhill on defense as well. And then the heavens, they would open up. Oh, they did. It was a slick ball out there. Carroll's QB, Gavin Voigt, his pass is tipped. Sam Ogberg fell, grabs it out of midair. He'd go the other way, but it's blown dead. Yeah, it's still a scrimmage. When we talked about this Saints team this week, Garrett said we wanted to have people hear the Saints play. Well, listen up, SAC. TJ Tippmann rumbles in the end zone. Former head coach Chris Schwarzkopf looking on. He's liking what he sees. This will work. Up front, it's Lucas Crone. That starts the season with a bang for Bishop Dwenger, and there's a lot to take away from this scrimmage for both sides.
Oh, I definitely heard, or I think they heard us play, but my eyes, I saw a chance. Either our running back coaches always teach us, don't run sidelines, run straight through. And I listened to my coaches and ran straight through the guy.
I mean, I'd almost rather look bad in a scrimmage than in game one and fix what we got to fix and find the holes and what we're not doing very well.
You know, it's a scrimmage. They know that, you know, and that's one of the downfalls to it. You know, there's a whole different look and a whole different feel on Friday night. You know, and I'm not justifying, but, you know, we're excited about starting the season.
And obviously, Dwenger hosts Wayne next Friday night in your Highlight Zone game of the week, while Carroll, they travel to Bishop Luers. Back to you, Glenn.
All right, speaking of Bishop Luers, the Knights taking the show on the road to Bishop Darcy Stadium. Luers facing Northside, and Northside's first possession, Alex Holiday Robinson takes the handoff and gets the big first down, but the Legends don't score on the first set of downs. Check mark to the Luers D. Luers' first possession, Northside's Taquan Redmond. Ooh, with a pop right there. Markel Long recovers from North, and, well, the rain would come after that. Northside finally gets it going. We're talking Ronald Collins III, RC3. The nice move. He's only a sophomore, started last year as a freshman in the SAC. He should be a handful, but watch this. Norman Kanapke to Nate Moore, up high. Great catch and the finish. That's a touchdown as Luers hosts Carroll next week while Northside opens at Snyder. As for those Snyder Panthers, the reigning SAC champs at Bowser Field tonight. Snyder facing Homestead. Homestead gets the ball first. Jake Archbold to Griffin Little. Oh, Little, big on talent, the touchdown. But after just a handful of plays, there would be a 45-minute weather delay. Homestead right back at it as they come out. Luke Goody to Conrad Kazai, and Kazai doing work. Yeah, his brother Drew plays quarterback over at Ohio University. He never had moves like this. Conrad in for the score. Meanwhile, Snyder looking for a new QB. Michael Hoppert at Indiana State. Deuce Taylor here, complete for a first down. Later, you're going to see Anias Lockett for Coach Tippmann's team take the handoff and watch him find a seam and find Paydirt for the touchdown as Snyder hosts Northside next Friday while Homestead takes on Northrop. Those Northrop Bruins at home tonight as Northrop scrimmaging Huntington North at Spooler Stadium. The Vikings coming up with some defense early on. That was Drew Nash with the nice pick. Coach Rick Bernal definitely liking what he saw there. But the Bruins have one of the most talented dual threat QBs in the SAC. His name is Bailey Mirzo. He burst out last season and he shows off the legs here. A big pickup would get the Bruins down to the 10-yard line. And later, you're going to see Mirzo do what Bailey Mirzo does. That's use the feet. He would find the end zone on the QB keeper. And the Bruins weren't done after that. Jeremiah Green takes the handoff and finds Paydirt as Northrop gets Homestead next week. Huntington North travels all the way down to Marion. Hey, down at Wayne Stadium, the Generals taking on Southside. The Archers Mr. Everything, Omar Jackson, looking and finding Devontae Alford. He slips a tackle, but will lose the ball in the end. It was slippery out there, folks. How about Keyshawn Fields? One of the many offensive weapons that the folks at Wayne have. He picks up the first down here. The Generals, Brandon Young got some experience last season, almost picked off, but watch the big guy, Darius Alexander, rumbling, stumbling. Oh, the ball falls out of bounds, and yeah, you can see how wet it was out there. Darius, you get a pass on that. It was nasty. Southside gets Concordia next week. Wayne will be at Dwenger in the game of the week. Now, the Concordia Cadets, they were at Zollner Stadium tonight as East Noble making the long drive. Concordia airing it out on the first possession. Jake Bird, missed part of last season with a thumb injury. Well, Kamari Anderson-Drew is a good person to throw it to. Great catch there by K.A.D. He was out at the 1. Then Amir Drew runs it in for the touchdown. The Cadets offense looking good early on. Now, East Noble, they've got to replace Mr. Everything quarterback Andrew McCormick, who's now at Indiana State. Jacob Van Gorder going to ease that loss here with a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Knights will face Plymouth at home in Kendallville next week, while Concordia will be at Southside. Out at John Young Stadium, the Bulldogs with some new sweet turf as New Haven hosting NECC champ Angola. New Haven's Tim Jordan to Jamar Hutchins, and that's a touchdown. A little bit later, remember the name because Hutchins now behind center at the QB position, and Angola simply can't corral him. He finds an opening and gets into the end zone there. But Angola, not to be outdone. They got to replace record-setting quarterback Chance Roddy. Maybe it's Tucker Hasselman that does it. You see Hasselman here finding the end zone as New Haven opens at South Bend Riley next Friday, while Angola hosts DeKalb. Our final stop for the scrimmages, we're talking Max Gandy Field in Columbia City. The Eagles hosting perennial power Garrett. Garrett going to the ground. Colin Cope down the far sideline, and he picks up some major yardage for the big train before being down at the 30. Columbia City quarterback Max Bedwell now looking for Karen Giles. That's a touchdown, and Columbia City feeling pretty darn good. How about Garrett? Levi Follett back again, finds Craig Smith, and that is a pretty pitch and catch. Garrett with the score as Garrett opens next Friday at home against Prairie Heights, while Columbia City hosts Warsaw. Hey, last thing tonight,